Hello and welcome all. Students, in this session we are going to see the United Nations. We had already seen about the background and why the United Nations was being formed. It was being formed after the Second World War. We had seen the chronology of the establishment of the United Nations, the objective of the United Nations, and the principle of United Nations. In the previous video, we had also seen about the structure of the United Nations. And today we are going to see the other special affiliated organs of the United Nations. So let's begin with the session.
Next is the structure of the United Nations, that means how it works. The United Nations is divided into 6 different bodies which describe the structure and functioning of the organization. The first being the General Assembly. The second is the Security Council. Third is the Economic and Social Council. Fourth, International Court of Justice. Fifth, Trusteeship Council. And sixth is the Secretariat. Apart from these 6 major organs, there are many affiliated organizations of the United Nations that help it in its functions. They are called specialized agencies. That is, they are working in specific areas that they help different nations in those areas. Some are the International Labour Organization, that is ILO. It is an organization of the United Nations whose mandate is to advance social and economic justice through setting international labor standards. The second is a Food and Agricultural Organization. It is an organization of the United Nations that specializes agency that leads international efforts to defeat hunger and improve nutrition and food security. The next is the World Bank. The World Bank is an international financial institution that provides loans and grants to the governments of low and middle income countries for the purpose of pursuing capital projects. The next is World Health Organization. The World Health Organization is a specialized agency of the United Nations responsible for the international public health. The next is the United Nations Children's Fund, also known as UNICEF. It is a United Nations agency which is responsible for providing humanitarian and developmental aid to children worldwide. This agency is the most widespread and recognizable social welfare organization in the world, where almost 192 countries are its members. The next is the International Monetary Fund. Its main aim is to facilitate international trade, foster sustainable economic growth, reduce poverty around the world, and make resources available to the members experiencing balance of payments in difficulties, prevent and assist with recovery from international financial crisis. The next is UNESCO, that is the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It is a specialized agency of the United Nations aimed at promoting world peace and security through international cooperation in education, science and culture.
Millennium Development Goals. The United Nations members nations came together in 2000 and decided upon the development goals for the new millennium. Some of the important goals are as follows: to eliminate poverty and hunger, to make the facilities of primary education available, to bring about women's empowerment, reduce infant mortality rate, to take special care of the health of pregnant women, to fight against the disease like AIDS, malaria, etc., to protect the environment and increase the cooperation between developed and developing countries. So it was in the year 2000 that the United Nations members have decided to make some development goals. यहाँ पे it was कि पॉवर्टी और हंगर को एकदम से निकाल देना, एलिमिनेट कर देना, प्राइमरी एजुकेशन सभी लोगों को, जो छोटे बच्चे हैं राइट फ्रॉम 6 ईयर्स टू 14 ईयर्स, उनको प्राइमरी एजुकेशन मिलना ही चाहिए. वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट, टू ब्रिंग एंड टू फॉस्टर वुमेन्स एम्पावरमेंट, एंड ऑल्सो टू रिड्यूस द इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी, जो इन्फेंट जो छोटे मर जाते हैं उनकी मोर्टेलिटी रेट को रिड्यूस करना. प्रेग्नेंट वुमेन का खास ध्यान रखा जाए उनकी हेल्थ के बारे में और उनको स्पेशल केयर दिया जाए. और डिजीज़ लाइक एड्स एंड मलेरियाज विच आर वेरी डेंजरस, उनसे फाइट करना है. सो उनके लिए प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट किया जाए. और यही नहीं, लेकिन एनवायरनमेंट को भी प्रोटेक्ट किया जाना चाहिए, बिकॉज डे बाय डे देयर इज़ एनवायरमेंटल डिग्रेडेशन, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस इट क्रिएट्स मेनी प्रॉब्लम्स एंड मेनी डिजीजेस फॉर द पीपल, and also increase the cooperation between the developed and the developing countries. UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. UNICEF is specially for the children. It is an affiliated organization of the United Nations. It works towards making nutritious food and health care available to the children. Several workshops were organized in India to find out measures to overcome malnutrition among babies and children. So, we have already seen, students, about the different affiliated organizations of United Nations, and also we have seen the main structure of the United Nations and their function in the previous video. UNICEF is an organization, यही एक United Nations का ही पार्ट है, जहाँ पे लोगों को अच्छा खाना देना चाहिए, उनका अच्छी हेल्थ केयर अवेलेबल होनी चाहिए, स्पेशली टू द चिल्ड्रन. और बच्चे जो माल न्यूट्रिशन होते हैं, मतलब उनको जो सही डाइट नहीं मिलती, बेबीज़ एंड चिल्ड्रंस को, उनके लिए मेजर्स किए जाते हैं और उनके लिए सेवरल वर्कशॉप्स भी ऑर्गेनाइज किए जाते हैं. एंड इन इंडिया ऑल्सो मैनी सच वर्कशॉप्स आर बीइंग हेल्ड. UNESCO, which is United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. It is another affiliated organization of the United Nations, which is working towards the peace and security in the world by promoting cooperation between member countries in the field of education, science and culture. UNESCO is working out कि किस तरीके से we can promote for the education, also for the science and technology, and to foster the culture of the different communities. So with this, student, I end my video over here. Thank you.